China's one-child policy was a policy implemented by the government of the People's Republic of China from 1979 to 2015, which restricted each family to having only one child. This policy was introduced in an effort to control the rapidly increasing population in the country. This policy is strictly enforced by government officials. The government provides economic and social incentives such as financial assistance, housing, and access to education for families who adapt. On the other hand, families who violate this policy will face harsh penalties, ranging from heavy fines, deprivation of social rights, and in some cases, abortion and sterilization. However, there are exceptions to this policy. For example, in some rural areas, a family is allowed to have a second child if the first child is a girl. Because in these areas, it is considered important for sons to help work in the fields and hand over family property. In addition, the policy is more flexible for ethnic minority families and people with special circumstances. The decline in China's population is thought to be the result of the one-child policy implemented between 1980 and 2015. Realizing that it had dug a demographic hole, the government then raised the limit on the number of children to 3 in 2021. However, this relaxation did not have an impact on increasing the population. Even during the stay-at-home period during the COVID pandemic, couples are reluctant to have babies. Young people cite expensive childcare and education costs, low incomes, weak social safety nets, and gender inequality as factors that discourage them from having many children. Experts see the flurry of proposals as a positive sign that China is treating aging and demographic decline as an important issue. After data showed the population shrank for the first time in 6 decades last year. China's birth rate last year fell to 6.77 births per 1,000 people, from 7.52 births in 2021, a record low. Demographers warn China will get old before it gets rich, as its workforce shrinks and local governments go into debt to spend more on their aging populations. Experts also praised proposals to scrap all family planning measures, including the 3-child limit and the requirement for women to be legally married to register their children. China is threatened with a baby crisis. Various measures have been launched to boost births. After decades of limiting the number of births through the one-child policy, China has now hit the rocks. Falling birth rates and an aging population also pose demographic threats to the world's second-largest economy. On the one hand, China has taken various methods to boost the birth rate, one of which is allowing couples to have 3 children. Apparently, that wasn't enough. Other efforts are underway, such as urging students to donate sperm to help spur population growth, as well as plans to expand national insurance coverage for fertility programs. Baby. But the moves were met with a wave of skepticism, ridicule, and public debate. Many believe that these efforts are being taken to prevent a shrinking workforce, which could endanger economic growth. Many young Chinese, born in the era of the one-child policy, refuse to have babies. Apart from China being one of the most expensive countries in which to raise children, for them, these persuasions do not overcome the concerns of those who, some of them, are already taking care of their parents, bearing the costs of education, housing, and increasing health costs.